Good evening, everybody. Why is that doing that? I shouldn't be doing that. Now, one of the things never seem to work when you want them to. There. Are you going to behave yourself? Okie doke. That's good. Right. So yes, welcome to the stream. Tonight we are playing, well, for the rest of this month, we're playing Among the Whispers Provocation. This is a ghost hunting game. It's based in a mansion. The mansion holds many, many secrets. And you'll see what the gameplay is like. Basically, you are investigating ghosts and learning about the secrets of the mansion. So, let's jump in. Now, this is the second game from this developer, who first game was called Conrad Stevenson's. Hey Shaz, hello, how are you? Are you okay? How you doing, darling? Okie doke. So, things loading.
Finally got everything set up. I should check my laptop and see if the client emailed me yet.
I just want to double check something, bear with. He's just feeding the doggies. Right. Can you hear the noise in the background? Because that will be quite important. So this is basically a ghost investigation game. So being hands-on is a great approach. Approach is interactable. A blue outline will appear. Like that. Move the... Press E. Click on. So. More details from our phone conversation. Thank you for returning my call. Oh, don't worry, there'll be a lot of quiet moments in this. A lot of quiet moments in this. Hopefully you'll get used to the gameplay loop of it. So yeah. Thank you for returning my call, providing much needed comfort. My family has lived here lavishly for generations. Endured several unfortunate tragedies. Wealth doesn't shield you from everything. I strongly believe these tragedies are what has caused some of my family to linger here. Oh, yeah. After our call, I felt I needed to provide you with a more concise list of where these hauntings are occurring. So for years, guests have heard disembodied voices in the dining room. I've also seen an apparition in the hall connected to the dining room to the lobby. So, let me explain a bit about the game. So this is based in a town called New Ireland. Like I was saying, this is the second game from the studios. That's the developer. The developer's a one-man. Believe it or not, the developer is a one-man team. He's done all this game pretty much. It does have help from other people, but he's pretty much put all this together. He's a brilliant developer. I've had a lot of dealings with him in terms of conversations, and he listens to feedback. He takes it on board. He really is. He's one of these people that will respond to you rather than just ignore you. I'm part of the big part of the community. Oh, so Shaz is on a 3-stream streak. Nice. Well done. You're getting those XP points, so you can slap me in the face with a fish. So yeah, like I say, I've had a lot. I've been a moderator on his Discord server for a long time. Like I say, I've had a few chats with him, and he's a really nice guy. He's really thoughtful. He listens to the community. He tries to implement as much as he can, and he's basically just I don't know if you ever watched any of the like paranormal investigation shows on TV, like Most Haunted or whatever. Basically wants to make a game that's a similar feel to that. So you go into a building, you have ghost hunting equipment. Yeah, he's a really good developer. Like I say, he's a single man team, and the amount of detail and thought he puts into the stories and the background and everything is fantastic, and the games themselves. Yeah, exactly. So it's like those kind of shows where they go in with a set of equipment and investigate, and basically that's what these games are meant to be like, give you that feel. Um, but also you learn about the backstories of the ghosts as you play in the game, and you help to release them into a piece. The ghosts are not vicious. They're not. You can't die in the game. You can feel unwell, or you can pass out, but it's more meant to be more realistic in its the way it plays. So hopefully you'll see that as we go through the game. Um, Now, like I said, this is the second game. There is another game he did before. If you press exclamation mark and game, it tells you a little bit. Conrad Stevenson's Paranormal PI. I have got a playlist on YouTube, so you can click that link and it'll take you there. But Conrad Stevenson is, mate. I tell you, that game is fantastic. He is the coolest character you'll ever meet, in terms of he doesn't get spooked by anything. So yeah. The way this game plays is you come to get your email, and you'll see, as you can see dining room is in highlighted in pink there. So if we click on that, that then uploads it to what they call it, a deduction board. So
I need to grab my backpack, headlamp, and tablet from the table before I get started.
there's a headlamp. Get you up. So we've got a headlamp, so we've got a. We could change it to focused, wide beam. Well, there is a red beam setting. Don't think that. I've never known to use that. So we've got the backpack here. And the backpack has all of our equipment in it. So if we press B, it shows you all the equipment we've got that we can use, which we'll discover how to use them in a minute. And the tablet on the table. Now this is one of your major pieces of equipment. This is what they call. You got an ice mocha with no sugar, of course. Very nice. Triple shot. You need that extra wake up juice. So yeah, so this is most important. So here, this is your deduction board. It doesn't look like much at the minute, but what happens is when you get the location, apple and cinnamon, that's nice. It uploads the location, your deduction board. There is a map, so you can see that's where we are at the moment. The dining room's just there. I mean, this has 4 floors and a basement. Slept about 3 or 4 hours. Oh gosh. Is it just because of the time of year you're not sleeping? Now, that's for the archives, which I'll show you as we play through. So your deduction board is basically is a way to organise all the information you get throughout the investigation to help you narrow down who the ghost is. Because you need to find out who the ghost is, what they liked in life, and how they died. Be able to release them and move them on to like give them peace. Open the backpack and equip the EMF. Got a little bit of background about Stephanie. So yeah, as you can see, like with your meds after someone lost his prescription. Oh gosh, that does sound like an... Yeah, so old mansions are noisy, not every noise is a ghost. The EMF temps naturally fluctuate. Oh yeah, she's got a lot of tools. So as you go around, as you can see, I don't know if you can tell that EMF meter's on 1. The green light on the far right is lit. As you find an EMF source, that'll change. So, see how it's gone up to 3 there? Well, that's because we're next to a power outlet, so that's giving off an electromagnetic field. Anything electrical gives off an electromagnetic field. So what you do is you basically walk around learning where the electromagnetic fields are and ruling out and you bear in mind where the electromagnetic fields are, so if anything comes up that's like an anomaly, you know whether it could be a ghost or not. So that's the lamp that's giving off the electromagnetic field. And again, we've got a power outlet down there, and power outlet and lamp. So, as this is only a tutorial, so you see the orbs that are floating around. If we go towards the orbs,
This is an
Stay a while and listen.
oh, hey Skizzy, thank you for the follow. That's just really made me jump. So yeah, so
These EMF levels appear to be paranormal.
and now they've gone because the orbs have gone, so we're not near anything that gives off an EMF level. Scared the fudge out of you too. Scared the fudge out of me as well. So yes, like I said, this is just basically using the there we go, just learning how to use the equipment. So yeah, so before I carry on, I'll tell you a little bit about Stephanie. Now Stephanie is who you are playing. You're playing as Stephanie. She ran into some kind of paranormal thing out on the road one night and got scared and ended up at this house and knocked on the door because she was scared and she wanted help. Now it just so happens that that was Conrad Stevenson that lived there. You're reading that on the top left as well. Good stuff. Yeah, it was Conrad Stevenson that lived in the house. He took her in, and basically she'd become a paranormal investigator under his tutelage. And she's been sent, and she's learning how to become a more thorough investigator. And has been sent out to investigate this mansion. So that's basically a bit about her backstory. At the moment, as you can see, there's not much change in temperatures. It's going up. Now if you point it at the fireplace, it says, you know, things like radiators, fireplaces, all change the temperature. So you point it at each of the items that can affect your temperature, it changes the temperature on the gauge. So
Unusual cold spot there.
again, as you can see around where these orbs are, the temperature's going around, but there's nothing Hey, McLeod, how you doing? Congratulations on the streak.
This temperature reading has to be paranormal.
Because there was nothing in the area that could drop the temperature that much, it had to be a suspected paranormal event. I have a laser pen. Laser pens are great because can you see the green dots? Okay, I'll get to you. Can you see the green dots on the floor and the wall? Don't know how well that's coming across on stream. Well, if the temperature gets colder, they will change. But also, oh, there's a ghost there. And as you point it towards the ghost, it changes colour. So you know there's potentially paranormal activity. Yeah, it goes from green to yellow when the ghost is. So it's all a way of learning or trying to right, it's a place that this tells you about the. But basically, use your equipment to place the laser pen on the floor. So you've got left hand mouse button for the left hand, right hand mouse button for the right hand. You can hold two pieces of equipment at once. Yeah, the stat shows yellow too. It's just because the laser dots were hitting the statue and it was just the general area that was cold. Now, sometimes some of the things have a secondary input, like which we'll go through in a bit. So let's we could place that item on the floor. So as you can see, it helps to cut down an area. So that's basically covering that area. So if a ghost walks through there, the lights will change. It just helps to cut down the area, so it makes it easier to track and locate the ghost. Right, so this is the EMF pod. So this works like the EMF meter, but instead of lights, it not only lights, gives off a sound. So if it gets near an electromagnetic field, you hear that, makes a sound. Again, we've got the lights. So again, you can use that to discover where the natural EMF is. Where's the orbs? Show me some orbs. There. So what we have to be careful where we place it. Because if we place it too close to like an electrical outlet, then obviously it's going to go off continuously. You kind of have to place it on the floor. So basically put it on the floor where the ghost path is likely to be. But when the both beam's buffering a little. Shouldn't be. It should be good. Not dropped any frames. I've had a few rendering lags, but nothing major. So I don't know why that is. So yeah. Right. So, like I say, you've got to bear in mind when you put it down that it's not too close to. Place the pod on the floor strategic. There we go. So we've got a bit of the dining room covered in visual and audio cues. So we know if the lights turn yellow, the ghost is walking through there. If we hear the audio pod go off, we know it's over on that side of the table. So what else have we got? The camcorder. Turn on the camcorder. Now the camcorder only goes in your right hand. And it... Oh right, I will do, don't worry. So basically what we've got to do, it will automatically there you go, it's set to automatically record whenever it sees a ghost. Or sees something it thinks is paranormal. Now, you can enter manager mode on the video camera, same as on the hand camera, the photo camera. And you see the buttons along here, you can... The camcorder can take up to 5 movies and you can replay it if you wanted to check it. But also we have this little button, the upload button. So if you press upload, and then go to our deduction board, we have the video there, look. The deduction board. And so this is, like I say, the deduction board is a way to try and help you organise all your evidence, your information. So now we've got our first video. Now that was located in the dining room. See, the dining room has got this icon at the side. What we can do is we can open up that and give that video the same icon. We know that that video was taken in the dining room. It's a way of linking your evidence to whereabouts in the mansion it is. And as we go further through the tutorials, you'll find out what type of ghost it is, who the suspected ghosts are. We've got audio cues, photo cues. So let's place the camcorder down. I like to do it so it is kind of covering the entire room, or most of the room. Like, right, is this change? I'll put it there. As you can see, it's covering most of the room then. Right, so let's go to our next item, which is the hand
This
camera.
device isn't built for my left hand.
So again, this works in the same way as the camcorder, but you have to manually press the button to capture the images. Oh, I missed one. Recorder. Obtain visual evidence with the... It's basically just got to wait for a ghost to appear. There you go. Looks like he's kind of choking to death. And again, the camera's got a manager just like the camcorder has. Hey, Darkest. It is and it isn't. It's a ghost hunting game, but it's more of an investigation game where you are collecting evidence. Yeah, you're basically collecting evidence. You are learning about the ghost as you are collecting the evidence, and you're using that evidence to help them move on to a peaceful life. Now you have tools at your disposal as you walk around. Oh, you got a deduction board here that helps you to organise your information. But it's a much more chilled game than Phasmophobia. Hopefully you'll see that as we play through. Right, so let me go back to what I was saying. So yeah, so here we've got like the photos of the ghost that we took. If we press the upload button here, there are jump scares, but it's more of an atmosphere, a game with atmosphere, and that kind of gets to you rather than the in your face shouting, screaming, running around, panic inducing game that Phasmophobia is. I mean, you don't die in this game, but there is a kind of a penalty system in place for using some of the mechanics. So yeah, so that photo we've uploaded. Yeah, basically there's a lot of subtle noises and it makes you think, did I just hear that? What was that? It's a lot more slowed down than Phasmophobia, so it could be a lot of waiting around for evidence. So that was taken in the dining room. I was saying earlier, on the deduction board, we've got the location here, look, the dining room. And because that photo was taken in the dining room, we can give it the same tag, just to help you keep track and keep things organised. So it's obviously over here somewhere. We've got to wait for him to speak. Now this... Come on. Give me some speaking. Oh. Did you hear that little clink? Yeah, the glass moved, yeah. Yeah, basically, so I don't know what you used to, or if you've played any of the Ghost games, but in this game there's a laser pen that changes colour with the temperature fluctuates, which is one way to narrow down your search when searching for the ghost. You also have the temperature gauge as well. The there's also an EMF pod. Oh, he's up there at the far end. Look, you can see him. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna say we're just literally going through the tutorial at the moment. Like I say, there's a lot of waiting around. Oh, that's what he's done. Just throwing the glass off the table. I'd quite like some audio evidence, please. Is that an orb over there? Don't know if that's an orb or if it's just a bit of dust. So I was saying before, this game is basically been developed by a one-man team. Just one person that's made this entire game. And he's a really brilliant developer. He's just put a lot of work into it. When I've got orbs flying about. Come on, give me some. This is what I'm. The game is meant to be kind of loosely based on realistic ghost hunts and investigations. There we go. We've got a piece of evidence, audio evidence. See the glass fly across the table. Yeah, so it's loosely based on realistic ghost hunting. You're going to find a lot of time when it's going to be very quiet, when not much is anything. No, I didn't. We can definitely do that, look. Oh. It's not let me capture it for some reason. Which is the same, so yeah. So we recorded the... Is at it again? Hear the little knocking in the background? That's an unusual noise. So again... we can upload that to the deduction board. So the difference in this is provocations, which is part of the title of the game. It's Among the Whispers. Provocations, and basically you can use provocations to get information from the ghost, or force it to do something, or interact with the environment, and also level up. So an icon next to shows what attribute it provokes. With the left mouse button when the bar is fully lit for the strongest effect. Provocations will not work on the weakest ghosts. Insufficient focus renders provocations useless. So, if you look at do not expect a direct response, don't expect immediate results. Okay, so go into backpack. Into my hands. So this is one of the new mechanics that's in the game is the watch she's got on, which you can't see much of at the moment because that's in the way. There we go. So you see the watch there, you've got the focus which is at the top and you've got nerve at the bottom. Now every time you ask a provocation, alright, I heard you. Every time you ask a provocation, you use focus up. And then obviously you can only ask so many until your focus drains completely. And then you have your nerve at the bottom is if the ghost gets too close or you're within a certain distance, you start feeling the effects of the ghost and you get nervous. Your nerve goes down. It's almost like you're getting scared and frightened. And then if it goes down far enough, you start to lose consciousness, lose sight, and your heartbeat goes up as well. So you have to get away from the ghost to see how the ghost got close and you saw the nerve shoot right down then. So that's sort of like a risk reward. That's like a risk if you get too close to the ghost. So we can So while you don't die, well, I'm sure if you look on the camcorder, you can see there, look, it says three slots is 0. So let me reset that. Oh, there we go. If we go into our manager, we've got the first movie, which is what we saw earlier. That got uploaded to the deduction board. We got movie. We got our second one. Movie 3. Oh, you see the glass fly off then? Across there. Movie 4. Nothing really on movie 4, so we'll delete you. There's something move over there. Do you mean the one where the glass flew off? That one? We can upload as many of these videos as we want. Delete it and put it back down again. But it's got 5 free slots now. Right, so use a provocation. Get my recorder out. Go to the deduction board. As you can see, we've got these are the videos we've uploaded. Look, got the glass flying across. You got the one there where he looks like he's choking. All right, show off. Right, he's not liking that. He's getting a bit close. He is. So, these are the provocations. Got who, what, where, when, and why. So the questions for who, like, who are you? General questions about who they are. What is, what's keeping them here? Whereabouts? Where are they? When they pass over, and why? So we can do this. It's and each one has got a little icon at the side of it. So the ear is an audio cue. The eye is a visual cue. This yellow sign is, I think that's an environmental cue. So it interacts with the environment, so it might throw a glass or it might knock on something. Then we also have this icon here, the green arrow. Now the ghosts are in levels. Each ghost has is leveled 1 to 5. So for example, on the type of ghost that we're dealing with, level 1 is the orbs, and then it'll go up levels until it becomes a fully formed apparition, which is level 5. Now once you get to level 5 is when you can release them. The only way you can get them to level 5 is by collecting evidence and interacting with the ghost by asking them questions and provocations. So, oh, have a good look, the cloud. So, if I go on to who, you get a little game when...
I know you were murdered. Tell me how.
Little scream in the background. So we can, like I say, we can use provocations. Now, sometimes, like the background noise may be a bit loud. Oh, missed it. So we can have a we've got the parabolic recorder, which just basically helps to shut down a lot of the outside noise. Gosh, my nerves going down. Let's to obtain visual evidence of his death. He's coughing a lot. It looks like he could be choking. Let me, don't get too close.
I know you were murdered. Tell me how.
There we go. Now we have got different provocations on the laptop. So if we go to our laptop, we have something called Fallen Apple. Now this Fallen Apple is basically a ancestry tree, and you can read through all the different things about all the people that have lived here. And we're looking at things like, we're looking at this information panel. This is important. So we've got tribute of life, but each person has got like a little piece of, a couple of pieces of archive telling you about the death. And we're only looking for the violent deaths, because it's only the people with violent deaths that have not passed over. So Ellen Kennedy, departed loved one. So yeah, it's the Kennedy family. I wonder if we've got a Jackie Kennedy. So Laura Kennedy is an example. It says plans on hold after death. So this is from the archive news. And as you can see, it says the Kennedy's family doubtlessly lavish plans to renovate their home fell through. Laura tumbled down a staircase to her death on Thursday, so she's not passed peacefully. She's tumbled down the stairs. So she would be a suspect of the ghost, a suspect for the ghost that's staying here, but because we've seen the ghost, we know the ghost's a man, it's not going to be Laura Kennedy. Henry Kennedy is the one. There we go, Benjamin Kennedy, perfect. So several guests at the Kennedy estate party on Saturday evening are being questioned by authorities on the violent murder of one of the hosts. Now his body was found on an upper floor, well away from where the guests gathered. According to the family, it wasn't unusual for him to excuse himself to see at a place. Suspicion struck when Benjamin turned out to be absent from his own planned speech. It was evident soon after that Benjamin's doubtlessly riveting speech had to be cancelled. Aside from evidence of strangling on the body, the room the victim was discovered in showed various signs of damage, with several objects having been knocked down. So we found there that it looks like he was strangled to death. So what we'll do is, because he's male and it's a violent death, we'll upload that to our deduction. So we'll just stick with the men for now. Henry Kennedy was a departed loved one. Lawrence, again, here we go, another one. Look, you learn to spot which ones are going to be suspects for the ghost. Basically, well, can't cure consumption, so he died of TV. So convinced Lawrence's days of illness were behind him. Fortunately, celebrations proved premature even. Lawrence still appeared to be in good health. He succumbed to result in health complication. So, him. Joseph Kennedy is just an ordinary obituary, so he's fine. Martin Kennedy is a tribute of life. So we've only got a handful of people. I mean, normally when we investigate, we'll have 4 or maybe 3, 4, 5 generations. So if we go to our deduction, so that's where we get the suspects of who the ghost is. Now here are the provocations. These are the provocations that we can have, that we take into our investigation with us. You can only have 3 from each topic, and obviously the ones that are being used. Pilot. Now it tells you here, look, so anyone who wants to talk is an audio provocation. The duration it lasts for is moderate. It has a medium chance of being successful. So the good thing about this is, if you were wanting to get, say you're wanting to get more audio evidence, you could quite happily go through all of the topics and say, right, I'm just going to select the audio ones and focus on that bit of evidence. Yeah, of course you can. And it's that can be a key thing as well. I'll explain that in a minute. So I like to try and get one of each one. So we'll have that. How many people are here other than me? Now some of these are only effective on certain ghosts. If you work out the type of ghost it is, so we know that the one we saw was an intelligent ghost. We could, if we wanted to, just use the one that affects the intelligent ghost. And I'll explain about the ghost type in a minute. So we are murdered. What's keeping you here? So that helps to the low chance of it working, but lasts for a while. So these only. Anyone here? The level ones are only low chance of them working. When? So that's where you can pick up your. You can tailor your provocations to what you want to try and find out. So now we've uploaded those matches to our deduction board. Oh, what we will do. I know we didn't. We'll do this before anything else. So. Now you can only barely hear that, but we can actually turn the volume up.
There's blood on my cough.
You hear that?
There's blood on my cough.
So we can upload. So that was from the ghost that was in the dining room. So again, we can tag them just to help organise it. Oh, I was going to tell you about the ghost types, weren't I? Let me go on to the spirit block. So we've got the ghost types here. We have residual ghosts. So a residual ghost is a type of phenomenon where apparition or paranormal activity repeatedly occurs, seemingly without any awareness or interaction with the living. So basically, for example, if the normal ghost action is just to walk through a room, or It's going to skip through a room, or run through a room. That's what you'll see. It'll just run through the room. No matter what you do, or it will not pay any attention to you. It will not acknowledge you there. When you can still get it to give you evidence and tell you things, but it's not directly answering or responding to you. It's just basically playing a scene from its life just repeatedly over and over again. So that's the residual ghost. Shadow ghosts, these are a bit more tricky. I've not seen a shadow ghost yet. I'm sure we will at some point. So, dark shadowy appearance, silhouette or indistinct form. Shadow ghosts have features that are difficult to observe, usually perceived as obscure shapes that swiftly and silently move across walls and ceilings. Typically observed in peripheral vision, may invoke a sense of dread in those who encounter them. Shadow ghosts are believed to be manifestations of negative energy or emotion, often associated with places of trauma or intense emotional history. Shadow ghosts might show some awareness of their surroundings, but their intentions and origins remain largely mysterious. So shadow ghost is basically what it is. It's a shadow form. And that's what you'll see, a shadow form. An intelligent ghost is basically what we've seen. It's a type of paranormal entity, demonstrates awareness and ability to interact. Intelligent ghosts are believed to possess consciousness, enabling them to respond to questions, exhibit purposeful behaviour. So yeah, that gives you a little bit. Those are the three types of ghosts that we're going to visit in this. I mean, this gives you clues on how to. If you click on the ghost tab, it gives you clues on how to spot. The residual ghost, visual, weakest residual ghost will manifest as a mist with no visible source. Audio is a weak residual ghost will produce out of place audio. Energy will produce no more than 4 milligas, drop the temperature a few degrees. And then it tells you the residual ghost will not interact with you. Shadow person, these are the ones I'm most interested in, because residual ghosts I can kind of see and understand. Shadow ghosts manifest more frequently than other ghosts, often dismissed as just shadows. Manifest in peripherals of your vision, rush out of view. Sometimes they will rush at you, and it seems like they are toying with you. Interesting. Shadow ghosts will only produce disembodied voices, though the weaker shadow ghosts are silent. As they increase in strength, so will their ability to communicate, and the strongest ones will produce EVPs. Starting an investigation, shadow ghosts try to keep their distance. The longer you investigate, the more aggressive they become, to the point of throwing objects at you. Okay. Intelligent, this is what we're dealing with at the moment. Weaker intelligent ghosts will produce orbs. So if we see orbs at the beginning of an investigation, we know instantly it's going to be an intelligent ghost. As they increase in potency, the orbs will get brighter, but less in quantity. While manifesting, intelligent ghosts will slow slightly. Intelligent ghosts can produce Class A EVPs, but will need to be encouraged, and can ask questions for them to respond to. Basically. Weak intelligent ghosts only produce about 5 milligas, drop the temperature a few degrees. It gives you some idea of what kind of range you're working. Try and use your equipment. So like, for example, your temperature gauge and your EMF equipment, by learning the thresholds of the temperatures and the EMF, you can use that to help you determine what ghost type. Intelligent ghosts will peek and hide around corners, sometimes toss objects around the room. Or manifest orbs, but will fully manifest far less frequently. So we know we're dealing with an intelligent. So this is what we've got here. Is on these two people we've got how they were murdered, and we've also got this, which is basically a little bit about their hobbies. That is important because you can ask them what they like to do, and they will tell you. Using that information, they will say specific phrases that you'll see on here. So significant as something so small might be something if it was Benjamin Kennedy. Lawrence, family magician. Pick a card, put the deck. This is yours, I assume. You see the bold text on the screen? Those are the phrases you're listening out for. So if we played this third track,
His blood on my cough. His blood on my cough.
that to me sounds like something to do with cards. It certainly sounds more like card than such gateway for such a little paper. Significance of this small, historical importance and rarity. What most could. So it's certainly shorter than the phrases that are in Benjamin Kennedy's hobbies. So I'm suspecting it's Lawrence. Now, to help us determine if we're right in that, we can look at the way he died, because we saw him choking during the videos that we took and the photos that we took. But does that action of him choking, that's showing his death action, does that action equal what we're finding in the archive that we've got for him? So while he sort of resumed treatment, fortune was evidently not on his side. Some to health complications. So basically, he's got consumption. Now that choking obviously could be consumption. No, not that one. Play this one. It's how he's choking, and it looks like he's coughing. That to me would say it's more likely to be consumption than it is to be choked by a perpetrator. You know, he's not got his hands to his neck trying to defend. So it was Benjamin that got strangled to death. So I'm guessing it's Lawrence Kennedy. That's who I'm working it out to be. Now, what you can get from this hobby information is caption: the game room located on the way to the museum on the second floor, the place for family. You see the description underneath the picture, it tells you about the caption, the game room. So now we've worked out who it is. We look at the map. Where's the game room? Second. Right, so the game room is there. Upstairs. So to release the ghost, identify and find the suspect's relic from the hobby photo and put it in your right hand. Okay. So to release the ghost, we need their hobby relic. And in the picture, it was a pack of cards. So we've got to go find the room, which was the game room, which is here, I believe. upstairs. So we're in the game room. Like that. We need to find the pack of cards. It's here. There we go. Go back to the location of the ghost. So the conversation is the key to help the ghost pass on. Identify the suspect and death, the cause of death, using the fallen apple, which we've done. So we knew he died of consumption. We knew his hobby was a magician. And we know who it is. Those are the 3 key bits of information we need to help him move on. We have to go back to so it's an intelligence, so it needs to be on 9 kilovolts. Okay. Oh, there's lots of pictures and all sorts. Can I place it down? I'll place it down there. I want it close by so I know where it is. The final piece of equipment we've got is this, the Jacob's ladder. So we can turn it on. As you can see, we can change the voltage on it. Yeah, did you hear that? It said cut the deck. Now, it said, if you look up here, it says intelligent is a 9 kilovolt. We know it's an intelligent ghost dealing with. Right, so when it starts sparking, like that, we know the ghost is near. And then we can use our provocations to help release them. So it's Lawrence Kennedy.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of
Well, we need
Lawrence
to be.
Kennedy.
Oh, we need to be moving because he is getting in our vision.
I found this deck of cards in the game room. I was wondering if you wanted to show me a magic trick. I heard you were pretty good at card tricks.
This is where it'll be at. There you go.
I was stricken with grief as I
There we go.
learned about your battle with consumption. Tuberculosis was a terrible disease. It must have been terrifying to slowly wither away. Every day, witnessing yourself less than you were the day before. Those days were long ago, and your family is now resting in peace, waiting for your arrival. It's time for you to leave this place and join them.
So we've used the information from the evidence that we've gathered to help the ghost move on. Oh, we know he's
I know
moved
that
on.
this was special to you. I'll leave it here for you.
We know he's gone because the Jacob's ladder has stopped sparking. But that is the gameplay. Oh, go away. So this gives us a little bit of the progress we've made. So tonight we've discovered one intelligent ghost. Tragic deaths, hobbies we've learnt about. This is a lot of this is over the entire time I've played it. We found one electromagnetic field tonight, one temperature evidence, 4 pieces of audio evidence, 37 visual evidence, Had 2 successful contacts and provoked 5 evidence. So that's basically, that is the gameplay. So now we're going to do another one because
Time to investigate at Magnificent Drive.
so what we got this time. Hopefully in this investigation we'll find more about the mansion. There's little archives and little bits of newspaper clippings and other evidence that'll help, when you piece it all together, tells you the story of the mansion. So thank you for returning my call, providing much needed comfort. The art room, 2nd floor, East Tower. In a ghost traversing from the game room to the art room while they're in the game room. These are just some other ones who've got, like, my wife and I have been in the shadow, prowls in the basement. At first we thought it was just normal children's stuff, but now coupled with that, forward to a response. Pecos Circus, cool. Everyone, so basically these are just people reaching out. I'm so grateful for your help. We've not had any more paranormal events. You released the spirits from us. Slime store is basically, that's where we get our equipment from. State penitentiary. The evidence you uncovered, particularly regarding the operation of the prison guard, provided with valuable insights into phenomena. Thank you for your work. Now, I tend to like to do this. Now I'll go through, as you can see, there's a lot more people in this one because it's a proper full investigation. Upload you. So anybody, like I say, anything that's got things like departed loved one, eulogy, obituary, you know is not going to be the ghost. See how it says eulogy, etc. Anything that's got a longer title like this, it could well be the ghost. So I will upload all of the potential ghosts. To the deduction board. It can hold 12. Lloyd Clayton, is still alive. Bit of life. Ghost murdered. Murder. Yeah, it was Lawrence Kennedy in the end. We got the right person. Which I felt fairly certain it was. I mean, that was a fairly easy and straightforward one. You were brushing your teeth and doing a salt water. Oh, bless you. Yeah, no, that was a straightforward one. Because it was obviously a tutorial. Now we're getting into the proper stuff. This time we've got a ghost up in the art room, which is upstairs. And I was just saying, what I like to do before I head out anywhere is I've loaded up all the suspects onto my deduction board until we get more evidence. So if it turns out to be a woman, we can get rid of all the male suspected ghosts, work from there. It says we have to come all the way back to base camp. So we need to go to, we're down in the base camp here, we need to go up into this area to the art room. And we can start our investigation. Oh,
Oh, I need to remember to turn my
Oh,
phone off
Conrad.
before investigating. Hello?
Hey, sorry to bother you this late.
No worries. I'm surprised you're still up.
You're hilarious.
What? I thought at a certain age you went to bed early.
Come on, I'm a paranormal investigator. Anyways, I wanted to chat with you about a few things.
Okay. What's up?
You have a chance to install those apps I mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I got the deduction board on my tablet and Fallen Apple on my laptop. There's a lot of information on there. It's a bit overwhelming. I'm not really sure what I should upload.
I would start by reviewing how each person died. Ghosts generally haunt because of a tragedy, so no sense in uploading a profile if they didn't die tragically.
Speaking of tragedy, have you ever looked into the tragic deaths of this family?
No, but I've been hearing about rumors for years. Always wanted to investigate there, but never worked out.
After reading through Fallen Apple, I really think there was probably something nefarious going on here at some point. I just can't imagine that many people dying tragically with such pampered lives.
Well, if you find any potential clues about why these ghosts are haunting, photograph them and upload them to Deduction Board. Deduction Board has a really cool feature that lets you view archives. Just click on the big hand in the middle of the screen to open up the viewer.
What? Let me see what you're talking about.
This is what I was saying earlier. This big hand is where the archives are.
It's pretty cool.
Any photos of any potential
Also,
archives
did you
of
notice the pre-assigned symbols next to the locations?
Yeah.
these?
As you identify a ghost type, upload evidence, or suspect a person as a ghost, flag them with the corresponding location symbol. With multiple ghosts haunting different locations in the estate, this will help you remember the important details about your investigation without having to go back and forth to base camp.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So,
To be honest,
let's-
when I was working with it earlier, it seemed a little much. I get it now. This will be helpful when trying to release a house full of ghosts.
Agreed.
but basically, what that means is that
I know you've been
Awesome.
doing this for a while and you know what you're doing. Just wanted to share a few things I've learned over the years if you have a few more minutes.
I'm listening.
Cool, so the laser pen and EMF pod can be just as valuable about telling you where a ghost is not. I try and keep them spread out on the floor. If you're getting spooked and the laser light is green, stand the laser's light and chill for a minute. If the light suddenly turns yellow, go stand by the EMF pod. Be mindful of your motions and you'll prevent a panic attack.
Never really looked at it that way before.
I've never thought of it that way before, to be honest.
Second thing I wanted to share was about provoking. Ghosts are generally stubborn, so be patient when provoking. You may have to ask the same question a few times to get an intelligible response. Also, if you're asking them to make a noise, make sure you have a recorder in your hand. Provoking them and then shuffling around your backpack is asking for a panic attack.
Yeah, good point.
Alright, I'm done lecturing. Ultimately, it's whatever works best for you and helps you put the homeowner's minds at ease.
Such a dork.
That little phrase at the
Yeah,
end,
well, maybe you need a catchphrase.
putting about,
Yeah, I'll
about
work
putting
on
the
it.
homeowner's
Have
mind
fun.
at
Adios.
ease.
I'll see you later.
Sounds good. Later.
Yeah, that little phrase at the end about the putting the homeowner's mind at ease is basically
Maybe I should
a
rewrite this.
catchphrase. Right, so this is an archive. You see how it's covered in pink or purple around the edge? So if we take our
It's pretty
camera,
awkward holding this left-handed.
take a picture of the archive, load it to our deduction board. There we go, look, so there is the evidence, so keepsake from a previous ball. It is as though this has been here a long time. Yeah, we've got 5 hours. It's fine. So, as we move around the mansion, we're going to find a lot more of these kind of things. Yeah, so that catch. Oh, I'll tell you what I do need to do. I need to put that on. So we're back up here in. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, did you see what I did? You get what I'd done? That makes sense. Did you see what I'd done? I can go through it again. It's not a problem. I've taken a photo of this. You see how it's got the pink outline around the edge of it? That means it is a part of the archive. It's archive evidence. So if we click on the hand, you can see there, look, that's what we've taken the photo of. Now, as we move around the hotel, the mansion, we're going to see a lot of, yeah, this is the game room. We need to go to the art room, which is over here, so we're going to go through the game room to the art room. Which is down here.
Another thing to archive.
Where? There, okay. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Upload that photo. Make sure it's got onto our archives. We've got a dance marathon, look. Magnificent Drive Mansion. Party Ball. I mean, they're not important in terms of the ghost. So anyway, we're round about where we need to be. So take that and that. So let's go exploring to discover roughly where it is. We've got a power part on the floor there. It's steady 90. That's got a blue outline, but that's
There
because
shouldn't be a draft in here.
we got a temperature reading. Yeah, it's gone right down to 16 degrees.
This temperature reading has to be paranormal.
Right, in which case then, I will put it on in my backpack. Get the EMF pod out. We'll place it. Don't want to. Place the EMF pod on the floor. And also, just to help. Wow. Oh, you see that? We've got orbs, look. You see the orbs? Right, that helps us. So we've got an intelligence. It's certainly it's certainly doing something. It's definitely in there, isn't it? Definitely in there. Let's get our equipment set up. I'm just going to stick this over here. That covering the entrance as well. Yeah. You never know. The ghost may well walk out the room, because the email did say it's sometimes I've seen it in this passage as well. But just to be on the safe side. There we got 2 areas covered. Right. I never did get that EMF reading. I got orbs.
These EMF levels are unusual.
See, we need her to say it's paranormal. There's nothing
This
else.
EMF activity is probably from a ghost.
That will do, because then that registers as evidence, which helps to level up the ghost. Oh, we got cold temperatures in the passageway. Right. So, let me. So yeah, if you can, let's start by. Let me start by trying to level them up.
What's keeping you here?
Those are 5 levels of strength. Collect evidence to level them up. At each level, the ambient noise changes. You've got to learn the sounds at different levels. Level 1 ghost can be provoked. Level 5 ghost can be released. Have we got any footage? Oh yeah, we've got a bit of footage. That's likely to just be the orbs. Right, so let me show you the watch. So as you can see on the watch, you see how the focus at the top is 100. Now, when we...
Is anyone here?
try and provoke it, see how our focus has gone down? But also, do you see there's a little green light on the watch at the bottom? That is because the provocation is still in action. Whoever's here is certainly giving that a run for its money. So let's try a visual provocation.
Can you show yourself?
You see how we've got 2 dots on the watch now? Might not be able to see that. There you go. Means we've got 2 different types of provocation in action at the moment. Painted on the easel. Oh, good spot. No, it wasn't. Well spotted. I missed that. Did you hear that? Did you hear that knocking then? I'll see what videos we've got. We just got the orbs, look. There's a faint figure. I don't know if you can see that. There's a faint figure there. Let me replay that. There's definitely a faint figure. If you can just see him there. And again. Ooh, I've never seen one that faint before. And it looks like it's a man. Whatever it is out here now. Let's see if I can get him to... Let's see if I can get him to...
Were you the entity I saw?
That EMF pod is quite something. That something? I don't know whether that was something there, or if it's whether the window or the curtain is. Not certain. Can't be, because he's out here now. Was out here. Let's see if I can get an audio response.
Were you the entity I saw?
There. Too late. But can you see now how the more evidence you collect, the more the figure seems to solidify? I think that's just very, very clever and very cool. I wonder whether we got that on the camcorder. We should have done. It was pointed right at it. Yes, it did. We're uploading that, baby. Oh, he's outside now. But every time he sees me, he decides to play hide and seek. Doesn't he? Oh, he's trying to hide from me.
Can you show yourself?
Well, it's definitely a male, which is a good piece of information. If we go onto the deduction board, Doris Dickinson, we can delete her. Esther. And Catherine Clayton, we can delete her. I've not got any we can tag these visuals. I can delete those because we've got those. They're the archives we've got. I keep thinking, can you see that just by the easel? I keep thinking that's a figure, but I think it's just the way the drapes, curtains are against the wall. Perch myself over here. Oh, hello. Thank you. How are we doing? He's really ramping up now. Let's see if I can
What's
get him to
keeping
level
you
5. He's not very forthcoming in showing himself, is he? We must have been close to him at some point because our nerve's gone down. You see that 91, 92. Oh, we're right. We're fairly close to him because our nerve keeps. That was a long sentence. It was. But we needed to see him more. We need him to level up so that we can. Right. I'll turn the volume up. I'm also going to show you something else we can do with the. Oh no, you're joking. Everything seems to be okay here. What we can do is we can actually slow the. Let's see. The homebrew. Oh, I wonder if it's Daniel. Let me listen to that again. The reason I think it's Daniel, I think that was Juniper Ryan Barley it was saying. Okay. Right, I'll try and get him to interact and level up a little bit whilst I'm...
Do you know when you passed?
Oh, okay, Phew McLeod, that's good. Welcome back. Kinda need more photo evidence. He's a bit shy, this ghost. He's making his way between passageway and... We got any... If I can get him to...
Did you end your life?
The provocation's running. Haha, he came back to an ad. What is that? He's choking and reaching out for something, look. Sometimes you may lose your nerve. Your anxiety will begin affecting you when your nerve drops below 50. No longer investigate. And your nerve drops below 20.
I let my mind go.
Right. My nerve's at 62 at the moment. I'm going to back off a little bit from the ghost. Let that build up. Whilst we're doing that, I took a photo of him. No photo. I took a photo of him. Definitely male, and he was definitely looks like he was choking and reaching out for somebody. But no provocations running. I'm close. Can you hear my heartbeat? This is what I mean. If you get too close to the ghost, your nerve drops. Can you see my nerve? When it drops below a certain point, you can start to hear your heartbeat. You sort of like get anxiety, you hear your heartbeat. If it goes even lower, you sort of get blurred vision and you need to get away before you black out. Whilst you don't die, there is some risk if you spend too long near the ghost. Right, so I think it's Daniel Henderson. The reason is, if you listen to track 3, I'm sure that said Juniper Ryan Barley, which is one of the key phrases in his homebrew thing. Yeah. How did he die? Henderson's family is marked by shocking confusion after one member was discovered lying dead in their bathroom. A housemaid reported hearing Daniel muttering to himself in the bathroom the night before. I was check on him. The door was still locked and I was getting no response despite several times. Not his name. Another minute of unsuccessful trying to Get an answer out of Daniel. A handyman was finally called. Open. Ah, here we go, look. Open the door, revealing the gruesome scene inside. Daniel's body lay with his head against the wall, unmistakable trail of blood originating at the neck. Among the objects scattered on the floor were multiple razor blades. One was coated in blood across its edges. So, if you, I'll see if I can get him to do his death thing again. But he had one, definitely had one hand to his throat. Oh, I wonder if the camcorder picked it up. Oh gosh. He's been busy. I don't want to be staying too long in that area because of my nerve. It's definitely there. That's not what I wanted. Oh, we got a bit of paint flying across the scene. Oh, there you go, look. Yeah, you see that? Definitely. Definitely. Play that again. It looks like slice. Oh no, Shaz. I wonder what's causing it. Oh, must be Twitch just being twitchy, I'm guessing. There you go, look. Definitely, definitely him. Right. Motion board. If you play that one, look, you can see it for certain. Slice. That's the bit I saw with his hand on his neck reached out. So it's definitely Daniel Henderson. Homebrew. So we need to go into the ballroom, pick up the bottle of Jack Daniels by the look of it. Right. I know where the ballroom is. He'll keep his eyes open for any other archives we might be missing. But I think Stephanie will tell us. There should be a... Look at all this. Look, port, champagne. Definitely something planned for this evening. There's... Champagne, darling, champagne. Oh. Is that it? A bottle of gin? Maybe it was a bottle of gin. Let's see what it says on his spot for counter's pot. Yeah, it is. It's the oh yeah. Developing what he felt was the perfect London dry gin. It was the bottle of gin that we need. Can we get... So we're at... where are we? In the ballroom, which is there. Oh, Oh, it's a bit of a trek. And either way, it's going to be a bit of a trek. We'll go the way we know. Well, that's peculiar then. You're getting buffer and you shouldn't be. I mean, it seems alright at my end. It's bit frames due to encoding lag, but it's I've not dropped any frames and seem to have a strong connection. Right, I'm going to put you down. Can I put you down on the table? I can. That's handy to know. Backpack. Jacob's ladder. Hi. Thank you. Pick you up. Turned on. Right then, let's try and release him. That's the wrong thing.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of Daniel Henderson.
Oh, is there? Let me back off a little bit.
I found this bottle of gin. It smells wonderful. Did you distill this bottle of London Dry? Would you like me to pour us a glass?
You got a shout? There he is. Suicide with a razor.
I sadly learned you took your life. I'm so sorry you carried a burden of this magnitude. You must have felt tremendous sorrow as you held the razor in your hand. I don't think anyone was aware of the agony you felt. Your family loves you and wouldn't want you in perpetual pain. I can help release you from this suffering. Let go of these emotions and allow yourself to pass on.
Hey, ghost number 2.
Rest in peace.
I shall leave that there for you. For your life. Right, so that's ghost number 2 for the night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick tour of the places that I can get to in... Now it goes free, so this is the base camp. That is peculiar. That's weird, Shaz. I don't understand that. If we look at our art room, first floor, so we've got lots of different places that we can visit. I'm just going to show you how big this mansion really is. This is just one little bit of the dining room. Then we've got a second bit in here. Because we goes free, we don't need to worry about his nerve. We can also look out in case we see any. Look at that. That is fantastic, the fact that the moon is out there. We can look for any other archives.
I
Like
should add this to my archives.
Right, backpack. Got that. If we look on the map, we're now in the west wing. Yeah, we're in the west wing. We're in the library, and there's a little tower there. Is it still buffering? Got a little room here. Like a little fishing room. I mean, I have got it set to 60 frames per second at, I think it's 1020. 1080p. Got a library. With, obviously... Uh-oh. Different... I've just thrown myself off where I've come from. Down there, okay. So we're in the library. So yeah, we can carry on through to the pool. So through here we've got the pool area. Was it buffering the other night? Was it buffering on Saturday night? They do have a pool. If we go this way, just check on the map. We've got a kitchen, or we can go down to the basement. I don't think I've ever been down to the basement. Hello, little Mickey. Wow, because it's got a wine cellar. This is incredible. What am I? Yeah. A wine cellar in there. Hey, little Mickey, come here. Turn some lights on. Oh. Blimey, you can go outside, look. You can only go so far outside. Wow. We're currently in the basement at the moment. Just goes to show you how massive this mansion is. Got to say. And how much detail it is for... Yeah, that'll be a job for another day, Shaz. Is this the utility room? Yeah. Utility room. Like a little workshop area. Electrics. Heaters for the house by the look of it. Good old Amazon. Then we've even got a lift. An elevator. So yeah, so this is leads us to the kitchen. Got the kitchen area. It should link nearly to the dining room, you would think. Shaz is a tugger. Yeah, whenever I get cables, I always get gold plated. In that corner. Which takes me outside again. Like a small yard, we can't get any further. This is just so cool. I've never fully explored the mansion. I have to admit. We could just see just how much work has gone into creating it. Right, let's head to the front door. This should lead us to... Where are we? We are... Oh, by the ballroom. Bottom of the library. By the ballroom. By the dining room. First, before we do that... Oh yes, it does. It makes for a better connection, Mr. Thompson. A letter written to Mr. Thompson. It's curious a letter would be here. First off, we'd like to commend you on your success in getting our proposals through the councils. It's like you faced relatively organised opposition in the way. Despite that, the measures stand largely intact from the initial draft. This will benefit our endeavours greatly. We in turn remain committed to honouring our side of the agreement. We fear, however, that recent developments have forced us to rethink the specifics. As you've probably noticed, this whole process has drawn a significant amount of attention from media and public. More than we anticipated. We don't expect serious repercussions at this time, but it does make us hesitant to act in ways that risk drawing onto us. Chiefly for this reason, we decided to spend most campaign donation activity for the time being. Oh. Rest assured, you'll still be able to rely on our continued support as we implement workarounds. We can count on your attendance at the next party. We'll gladly share what we have in mind then. We think you'll be quite pleased with the solution we've devised. Interesting. Interesting. Right. Let's finish the investigation for tonight. So we found one intelligent tonight. 1 EMF, 1 temperature, 5 audio, 18 visuals, successful contacts and provoked evidence. Chapters, there's 5 chapters at the moment. We've found 3 archives for the chapters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there for tonight.